morning everybody, it's Becky. Today we're going to make something quick and easy, and it's cheese and ham bites. So literally for this recipe all we need is some short crust pastry that's already ready, prepped. All you've got to do is roll it out, nice and easy. Okay, need some cheese, any sort of cheese that you like. If you're vegan, you can get something vegan. And then we're going to need some sort of ham slices. Okay, and that's it. That's all we need today, apart from a bit of oil. Now I use a bit of fry light on the baking tray, but if you want, you can just rub a bit of margarine on, just to grease the tray so it doesn't stick. Okay, first things first, I've washed my hands so we're all nice and clean. So I've got nice clean hands to start, and we've got everything ready. So we're going to need like the cheese grater here to grate the cheese. And then we've got a pizza cutter. You don't have to use this. If you've got a little knife, you can use a knife. I just find this really easy, which I'll be showing you in a bit. We've got a fork that we need, and we've got a little knife that's not too sharp. Okay, so first things first, let's open our pastry out. Right, now first things first, we're going to just spray a bit of fry light or put a bit of margarine on your baking tray, just so it's covered, just to help it sticking, so it doesn't stick to the tray. And then we're going to open the pastry. This is so quick and easy to make. It's nice to make either lunches or just little bites to keep you a bit snackish, or you can have it perhaps with a meal with something else with it. So what we're doing is we're just rolling the pastry that's in paper open. So we're going to put the paper, we're going to put it onto the side and just roll it open. Let's take that little bit there. Bear with me. Right, there we go. So pastry is open. And then what we just need to do is literally try and measure it. So put it in half, make a little line, push it down, and then open it back out. Because what we just need, and then obviously you can use a knife to cut it, which is fine, or I'll just find a pastry cutter. Literally so quick and easy, and I use these when I slice my pizzas up and that. So we've cut the pastry into two halves now. Ideally what we've got is a bottom half and a top half. Okay, so first thing is first, decide what you're going to put in it. What I'm going to use today is just some cheese and some ham, but you can actually put anything in. You could put spinach and cheese and tomato, you could put ham with some tomatoes, whatever you fancy really, whatever you want to do, you can do. So with the pastry cut like that, I'm just now going to grate the cheese. So let's just move the pastry out there for 1 minute, and then we're going to grate the cheese. I'm just going to get the cheese ready and we're going to grate the cheese. Hello, so right, we've got a bit of cheese, so we just need a little chunk of cheese about that big. What would you say? Less than a quarter really. And what I've just done is I've just put the oven on, so the oven's going to get nice and warm. So I've put it on gas mark 5, which I think is about 175 if it's electric. So the oven's on now, and we've got nice clean hands, and we're going to grate the cheese. Okay, just be really careful when you grate cheese that you don't get too close to your fingers. So I've got a little handle, so I literally hold the handle and with the other hand push the cheese up and down. There we go. And the nice thing about this is when you actually make these, they last for 3 days in a nice airtight container. So you can make them one day, and then for another couple of days you've got a little snack. So we're just getting close. So just as you get close to the smaller pieces, what I tend to do is do it, and then if I've got a tiny bit left over, I don't get too close. So just give it a tap, loosen all the cheese up. Okay, so we've got a nice little bowl of grated cheese there. So next thing we're going to do with the bottom half of it, there we go, is get the ham slices. And I've just got little squares, so I'm just going to literally put the ham over each other, so completely the bottom half is completely covered. It doesn't matter if it overlaps a bit, that's fine. Okay, and then the last one I've cut in half, so that it fits perfect there. There we go. So the whole of the pastry is now covered in ham. Okay, so then we get our cheese and we're just going to grate it. Now what we're going to do is we're not going to go right to the edge with cheese. We're just going to give it about a 2 centimetre gap around so it doesn't ooze out when it's cooking. So we're just going to grate the cheese, sprinkle the grated cheese over, all over. Any of the little lumpy bits that we didn't grate down because they were too close, we just put on as well. There we go. That looks lovely. So a bit of grated cheese. Now if you want to put spinach on, or if you want to put sliced chopped up tomatoes or mushrooms or onion, anything like that, you can put it on now. But we're just doing that for today. And then we just literally get the top piece and put it completely over the top. Okay? So we just, and then we're going to just measure it up so it's completely over. That's brilliant. Okay, so we're all ready. So it's completely over the top, okay? So now what you're going to do is decide how big you want your bites. I'm just going to do smallish ones. So with your little knife or your pizza cutter, just decide to go all the way through. Now I'm just going to show you. I've done them that sort of size. So I'm doing like littleish bites. So we're going to do another one. And then we're going to do another. So we've got four lots of lines out of this one. And then what I'm going to do with this paper is just move that over there. Because what I want to do is actually make them a little bit smaller. So, with the pizza cutter again. So basically we're making smaller squares. That's something different. So we're going to go. So each one of them can then be cut into 3. So we end up with something like that sort of size. Okay, so let's cut that one as well. If the lid comes off, just push it back down, it's not a problem. And then we'll do these ones here. So 1, there we go. And then the last one into 3. There we go. Okay, so we've got all of our squares like that. What we need to do now, let's get the oven tray ready, is we need to just make them look a bit pretty. So I use a fork and it just closes it nice. Now if the pastry comes up, just push it back down. So turn it round and just go around and make the fork go all the way around it. And I'll just show you. And as you can see, it's just pushed it down at the edges and then put it on your baking tray. Okay, so the next one is just make sure it lines up properly again and then push it down, go all the way around with the fork. If it comes off, just push it back down. There we go. That's another one done. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few more and then we'll come back. Okay. Okay, so I've done all those on that one. So we've got 9 on that one, all done. Can you see they're all, patterns are all done. And we've got 3 left, so I've got another little baking tray and I've just put a bit more fry light in. Again, if you haven't got any of these, just butter it a little bit just so they don't stick. And I'm just going to put the last 3 on that one. So I'm just going to go round again with the fork. Okay, so that's 1 there. And let's just do... There we go, round that one, perfect, and then the last one, there we go, all done. So we've got 12 of those, okay, so I'm going to put them in the oven, gas mark 5, for about 10 minutes, then I'm going to check on them and I'll come back and show you. Right, so I've just checked and they've been in for about 12 minutes, so they're all done. As you can see, they're just nicely golden, as you can see. Yeah, can you see that? Nicely golden. And when you touch them, which is hot, they're cooked, they're firm, a little bit firm, so you can tell they're cooked. And there's the other 3 extras that we had to do as well. So obviously they're very hot at the moment, so what I'm going to do is give it 10-15 minutes and let them cool. You can eat them hot if you want with the meal, but I definitely recommend you to leave them about 5 or 6 minutes before you even try and eat them because they are really hot. So we'll come back in a bit and then we'll put them in an airtight container. Hello, right, there's been 15 minutes then, and they're all nice and cool because the tray is completely cold. Now these are a little bit slightly warm, so what I'm going to do is serve some on a plate as some snacks. There we go. There we go. So that's how they've come out, if you can see. They look really nice, don't they? And then what you can do, move that over there, is you can actually get an airtight container, any sort of plastic box that's got a nice tight lid, and then because these are nice and cool, we can just stack them up. So you can see what I'm doing. There we go. We can just put some into the airtight container, and then they last 3 days then. So when you're a bit peckish or you want a little snack, there you go, you've got some homemade little snacky bites. Keep the lid on, and then 3 days are nice and fresh. Enjoy. Bye bye.